Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Bleach, A Thousand Years Blood War, The Separation, episode number 6 reaction. So the previous episode we had the battle between, at first it was the two captains, Rose and Kensen, I think that was his name, and Mask the Masculine. And it seemed like at the beginning like these two captains used their bankai and it seemed like it was going to work out, but Master Masculine's power is a little bit different. He has an ability where it's like he has like two bodies, one body which kind of motivates him and powers him up, another body who's like the one who fights. So whenever one goes down, another one, like, and if it's able to stay alive up until a certain amount of time, the other one regenerates, that kind of thing. So it was a difficult battle unless and until you know the gimmick or the trick, and that the two captains weren't able to do anything. However, in the end, Renji comes in, and we get to see Renji's actual power here. His bankai wasn't actually his bank. No, his bankai wasn't his complete bankai. He used an incomplete name. So he used the full name now. After his training, he knows how to use it, and he has gained an immense amount of power, and was able to destroy this guy. And yeah, everything looks good for now. However, we get to see Yahabaha kind of absorbs these, like, Kunshis that are getting defeated. He's getting absorbing them. And Hashwat kind of says something to Ishida about like the history of the father of the Quinchis. How did he become like this? And stuff like that. He says that he's going to talk about that to Ishida. So I'm guessing we're going to get to know more about that in this episode. Let us see. So this is episode number 6. Let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, let's see what we get. Oh wait, this is. Oh, Ichigo's back! Yeah! Oh. Oh, okay, that was clean. Damn. Nice. Wait, we have to go through all of that? Can't we just jump? I don't think so. Oh wait, he is gonna jump. Oh no, never mind, he's not. Okay. Wow. He's like, yeah, that has already begun. It just jumps. Yeah, that's why he didn't tell them. Yeah? Just throws a rice ball? How did... Okay. Okay. Surpass that on. Okay. Not to worry, Ichigo's coming. Yes, he's calling while falling. Yes. Hmm. Yeah. Ooh. I'll definitely handle the rest. Alright. Yeah, so things aren't good. Oh, that's why he got, like, they were talking about the layers of clothings. I was like, are they talking about? The 72 layers or whatever they said, something like? I'm like, what layers? Oh, these, okay, that's why. Because he needs to go down that much. So, okay. I love how they made made a staircase, but Ichigo ended up just jumping down. Oh boy. It seems so, I guess you could say, like the whole situation screamed that he's gonna jump from there. That, yeah, in no way are you going to like go down the stairs normally. I wonder what powers in Ichigo has unlocked. It'll be interesting to see. Whoa. Wait, are we going to see Rukia fight? Yep, she's going to fight this guy, the one who defeated Byakuya. That'll be interesting. Alright, let's see. Follow me, child. Okay. What? Defeated shall face judgment. Um. What? What? What's that? Oh, that's a scale. What? Alright. They just killed them. Yeah, what the hell is this? That's a... Well, that I know. I understand. Oh, so wait. Okay. I was going to say then why does he bother to... Yeah, why does he bother to... His goal. Oh. Well, obviously they won't tell us now. Yeah. Hmm. Ooh, wait. Yeah. That's F, isn't it? F? Ooh. Well, what was his name? N- no, something. Oh, she, she's messing with her. Yep. Note, yeah. Okay, this should be interesting because now she'll be fighting his sister. All right, Ricky also went through training, so let's see. Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, what? It's even. Damn. Oh god. Ooh. Turning the question. Fear having. Fear having no. Oh, true. Oh, okay. Good point. Wait, was her Bankai also like. Not Bankai, sorry. Her Shikai was also like. Ah! Okay, yeah, like kind of like Renjium. Well, she just did it, so what are you on about? Objects of safety and others. Okay. Hmm. The fear died back to death. Not all the time. Alright, this guy's talking too much. He's talking too much. Well, yeah. Why? Because. Ooh, what? Yeah, what does that mean? Using air from. Oh! Okay, that's why she said she's not alive. Ah. Yeah, then she'll. You know. And that's why she said that she's not alive. Gain the ability. But then how is she? Oh, wait, so her heart is also not beating. But then how is she moving? Oh, oh, damn. Minus 50. Ice quake. Oh, absolute zero. You cannot go underneath that. 4 seconds. Oh, it's over. She went to absolute zero. Again, increasing. Whoa. Wait, what? Wait, is this Kirito's voice? Damn, I wasn't expecting this voice. Uh, there he is. Damn. The only thing I fear. Ooh. Wow. I was wondering, he actually didn't unleash his. What the hell? He looks like a hollow. Okay, what? Yeah, he actually looks like a hollow. Whoa, even her Zanpakuto didn't. Got cold feet. Oh, that's why. Whoa. Uh. Yep, the same thing that happened to Byakuya. Oh god. Oh, is this Byakuya? Yep. Oh, you're gonna get your ass beaten now. Royal Palace. Damn. Oh wow, this thing is like frozen or whatever. Yeah. Well, what the? What the? Oh, these are the okay. Those things, yeah. But I feel like Byakuya's power is extremely, like convenient because for this type of situation. Yeah, yeah, that's not his Bankai. Exactly. Yeah, because his Bankai is different. His Bankai is that one thing. Like Senbonzaki Kageyoshi, I think that's his Bankai. Or wait, yeah, the one where the blades come in. Ooh. Oh boy. I will not kill you. Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Not born from vacuum. True. Oh, the ending song. The ending song. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Rukia's gonna do it. No, but as Biaka said, once the fears goes away. Okay. Is his own fright. Oh wait. Okay, so she did unlock. She did unlock her Bankai. Oh wow. I was wondering if she was going to do that. She was going to unlock her Bankai. Oh! Yo! F. Yep. Hmm. That's it. Yep. Wow. Just frozen and destroyed. Ah, she unlocked her Bankai. Yes. Ooh. Oh, I like in the filler episodes we've already seen kind of this form, I remember. Yeah, and this is just amazing. I think I remember was it the fillers? Like we've seen her form this form before. Yeah, it's a difficult one. Need to little by little. Hmm. Ooh, her hands are. Hmm. Yep. Yes. Oh wow, that was amazing. Wait, what? Ah, Yachiru is here. Kotechin. Huh. Yeah. Whoa, what the? Who the hell are you? Another Queen's. Ah! Yeah, what the hell is this? What did you forget? Wait, so they're forgetting. Oh, it has something to do with amnesia or forget memories, I think. Yeah, oh wow, this is a weird skill. This is going to be a troublesome one. If he forgets, there's nothing there. Okay. Okay, that was a good episode. We got to see Rukia's Bankai here. Like I said, I remember her this form. I don't know from where. I think it was the filler, wasn't it? Like, oh, you know what? I'm making a mistake. It's not this form, but Sodeno Shirayuki literally looks like Rukia. Kind of, as far as I can remember. I think I'm kind of mixing both that up. Because Sodeno Shirayuki in the fillers, we saw Sodeno Shirayuki in a humanoid form. And she actually looks like Rukia, like a lot. Extremely, like a grown-up Rukia. So that's why I think I'm kind of overlapping this form and Sodeno Shirayuki's form. So since both of them are getting overlapped, I'm thinking that seen this form before, but no, we haven't seen this form before. It's just that I've seen Sodeno Shirayuki in the fillers. That's why I'm kind of like kind of comparing that to this, and I'm thinking I've seen the form before. No, okay, yeah. So yeah, if you think if you look at it, yeah, she does look a lot like Sodeno Shirayuki. Um, yeah. So there you go. All right, this episode we begin with Ichigo getting ready to drop down. Now this I thought like since Ichigo went through like a lot of the like different tests, like first it was Nimaya, then Ichibe, I think, yeah, that's her name, his name, and also like then he also met Kiryu. Who else got healed by that guy, the healing guy, I've forgotten his name. And I was thinking we're going to see him interact with this girl as well, this lady with the multiple arms, or I don't know what those are, but we don't really see much about that. In the previous episode, we saw him meet her, and she was like, "Oh, welcome," and they don't really show anything after that. And I think we kind of skipped to here. Maybe we'll get to know later on what he went through after that. So I don't know. Maybe nothing else happened. Maybe she was just like, all right, like your training is done. Let's go. So either way, we get to see Ichigo is ready here with these dresses and like these clothes, and she says that these clothes will allow you to go through 72 layer barrier. Yeah, and it makes sense. Like when he drops down, like those were the barriers. So I love how they make the stairs for for Ichigo, just for him to just drop down, jump. I was like, yeah, he's definitely going to jump. In no way is someone going through that many amount of floors. And the healing guy, as I said, I forgot his name. He says like, oh yeah, don't worry, like it'll only take about a week if you use flash step. And Ichigo's like, yeah, got it. And he's like, wait, you got it? Yeah. So he's like, oh, it'll take probably, like if I go fast, it'll take me half a day. If I go quick, I might be able to go there before they attack. But oh, bad luck, bad news. Ichibe comes in and he's like, they've already attacked 3 days ago or something. As he says that, Ichigo's like, tell me quickly, and he just jumps. Obviously, he doesn't have the time to use flash step or whatever. He just has to jump down. So, right, and obviously they kind of say that the reason why they didn't tell him about the attack is that it happened 3 days ago. That means it happened before his training. So if they told him that, oh, this is happening, in no way would he be training here. He would have left immediately to go and help Serete, even though he isn't really completely ready. So that's why they didn't tell him, and that was a good decision, obviously, because Ichigo now is, I don't know what else training he went through, but he's a lot stronger than he was before. So and while he's jumping, Kiryu just gives him like a onigiri or whatever. I don't know how the onigiri came down that quickly, but Ichigo just catches it. Ichigo's dropping down in high speed, and she just throws the onigiri and it actually catches up to Ichigo. That's wild. But anyways, so while all of this is happening, over there Mayuri and Urahara, they're thinking, what should we do from here onwards? And yeah, Urahara gets a call, and Ichigo just called him while dropping down. And wait, oh, I guess it does work. I was going to say, how does telephone work in the Serete? But I guess, like Akon and they have like a whole research and development department. So I'm pretty sure they all have like actually working phone lines as well. So yeah. Okay, so and we have seen them use their phone before as well. I don't know why I suddenly thought of this now. Right. Either way, so Ichigo calls him, and Ichigo's like, "Is everything okay there?" And he doesn't really say much. And he said, in the end, Ichigo says that, "Okay, like this might seem a bit arrogant, but just try to hold up until I arrive. After I arrive, I can promise you this, that everything will be okay. I'll take care of everything." That's how confident he is. And Urahara's like, all right, you know what? Now as you're saying, like, this big of a, giving this big of a, like, like a word. All right, like I hear you. And yeah, so obviously Ichigo knows, and Ichigo realizes that things are pretty bad over there, because Urahara didn't really say anything related to their condition. Because if everything was okay, Urahara probably would have been like, oh no, everything is fine, Ichigo, you come, take your time. But since he didn't say anything really regarding that, obviously Ichigo can guess that things are not good. That's why he didn't really say much. So now while Ichigo is dropping down, we get to see more of Rukia. So here we get to see Rukia is like walking like through this place, and suddenly she was thinking of calling Renji. Oh no, wait, before that, we get to see the whole situation with Hushwalt. So Hushwalt comes in and brings Ishida to like an underground chamber where he's like, you're going to see what is happening here. It's called the Sternritter no, wait, what? Wait, what is the name? Just a minute. Ritter Second Spire Execution Ground. Spire Execution Ground. Okay, whatever its name is, it's basically like an execution ground. So here we get to see these two, that guy, the one who got Hisugai as Bankai, Iron, I think he is, and this guy, the one who fought Soifon. These two are here, and now here's the thing. So what is happening here is, I think, like the characters who are dying while fighting the Shinigamis, obviously they're like automatically getting absorbed back to Yahabaha. However, characters who are defeated but who don't die, like for example this guy, the what's his name, the Iron guy, I don't forgot his name. He and the guy who fought Soifon, these two, for example, they didn't get defeated, they didn't die, but they just got defeated and injured. So for them, what happens is Hushwalt brings them and kills them. So I'm guessing they're unworthy or whatever, because they weren't able to defeat. And not only that, he also explains why he does that. I'm going to go to that part and read that part. So what he does is first tries to attack that Iron guy, but since his whole body is like iron, he's like, oh, like your power, the iron, yeah, they're fortunate enough to block the blade of judgment. But then he's like, but can't you see the scale? The scale is dropping down. And you see the scale is dropping down. I don't know how he dies. It probably crushes him. The scale is flipping and it crushes him. He dies. And he then kills off the other guy as well. So Ishida's like, what's going on here? And Hashra says, all those who are given His Majesty's soul will have their powers absorbed by His Majesty upon death. All the knowledge and skills their soul possessed will become part of His Majesty's own power. Okay, so now the question arises, then why even give the power? What is the point if it's just going to come back? But Harshwal does say that the experience and everything that they gain, that comes back to the king as well. So maybe that's why, I don't know. But let's see, like here Ishida asked, but those two were powerful assets. Did you have to kill them? His massive true goal is not the Soul Society. It is up to His Majesty to decide what is and is not needed to achieve his goal. Right. You two have also drunk your Majesty's blood and had shrift engraved in your soul. That, like that thing. There is no way for you to escape it. So everyone who has drank his blood, everyone, they get power. However, if they get defeated, they'll be executed like this, and the power will go back to Yahabaha. Or if they die, it just gets absorbed back. Something like that. His Majesty must continue to fight and absorb the souls, or else, yes, we don't know. Anime, typical anime, without any audio, just lip movement, that kind of thing, right? So one thing is pretty clear here, that he gives his powers to other. They do their thing, and then if they die or if they are defeated, they get killed, and the souls and with the power gets absorbed back to His Majesty. So this is how he collects the souls. So is the ultimate goal literally absorbing every Quincy's soul? Like, I don't know. Is that because that's what would make sense, because he's giving the powers to the Quincy's so that he gets it back along with their soul if they get defeated or if they die. So I'm trying to imagine a situation where none of the Quincy's die, everyone does their job and they're able to defeat the Shinigamis. Then what? None of the souls gets absorbed then. So will that work according to, because Hashwal says that he's absorbing the souls because of something. So the priority here is absorbing the souls. But if none of the Quincy's die while fighting, then what's going to happen? By the end, will Yahabaha ultimately kill them and absorb the soul? That's what I'm trying to think. Like, even if they win the battle against the Shinigamis, they'll die either way if that's the case, if that's what happens. That's what I'm trying to think. Well, we still don't have the full picture, but I'm sure we'll get to know as we go deeper into the story. For now, we don't have much information. The only information we have is that he has some other goal and he's doing this, absorbing the souls for some kind of a reason. Okay, while all of this is happening, Rukia is out there, and here she meets Not. Not comes out and with a kind of touches her, hand, like this, like in a weird way. And then he comes and he's like, oh, the Byaku, the Fujiki Byakua, his Bankai, my Senbon Sakura, where is it? And just saying all of that stuff. And Rukia, and he recognizes Rukia, and he's like, oh, you're his sister. And he's like, where's Kuchi Byakuya? Rukia's like, I don't know. And he's like, oh, will he come if I kill you? He's like, maybe. Not as like, all right then, fair enough, let's do it. And then they start their battle. Literally, that's what they talked about. And so he shows his power. It's obviously, we knew it from before. It's fear. So Rukia tries to stop it with her eyes. However, it's fear. It's seeping in through the eyes. So Rukia kind of says what is your fear? Maybe perhaps fear having no effect is your fear. Maybe that's your fear. And she tried a good guess here. However, it actually didn't work, because later on we get to know Not's fear is actually disappointing, yahabaha. And that is the only fear that he has, none of the other things. Right. So Rukia says that the fear is not really working, and not, it's like, how is it possible? If you're living, every living being has a fear, and even if they don't have a fear, there is something that, like, it's like makes them scared. Like, as long as you as long as you live, you'll always have the fear of something, and the ultimate fear of death. So it is in no way possible. And Rukia is like, yeah, if it's only for living, as you said, it's only for living beings. And then she says that this is the real Soda no Shirayuki. So to start the battle, Rukia stops his attacks again, freezes it, and then she's like, yeah, although I'm now able to draw out the Soda no Shirayuki's true power, it takes some time for my body to grow accustomed to it. Alright, so here Not again says that fear doesn't go directly in or in through some cuts. It seeps into your body. So the slight contact that it had with your skin is enough for it to dissolve and seep in. And then he starts saying stuff like, oh, every person has objects of fear and objects of safety. And he kind of gives a good explanation, he does say, he kind of gives a good explanation. Firstly, he says that for objects of safety, it's something that or sometimes it's just a vague answer like, yeah, it does, I just feel safe, They give a vague answer like it just kind of does. However, when they step into a place of fear, every idiot can provide a clear reason. So he's like, yeah, so you saying that you don't have any fear is nonsense. I don't believe it. And he then says like all the feelings of fear ultimately tie back to death. So as long as you're alive, you're going to have fear. Yeah, it's not just creatures who possess this feeling. All living things instinctively avoid death. In other words, fear. Right. So, I feel like the whole thing that he says here is extremely flawed. First of all, it is not true that all living things instinctively avoid death, or in other words, fear. In no way is that true. Like, there's a lot of people in this world who, first of all, obviously, like, if you look at it in a positive way, there's a lot of people in this world who literally has no fear of death. They play with their death, people like adrenaline junkies who always just jump into like a fear, and that thing gives them. But you know what? I guess you can say that in itself is some kind of a fear, because fearing for your life, that gives them a rush, like a adrenaline rush. That's probably what they are. But there's a lot of people who don't have fear of death. However, they have fear of something else. Like, for example, in what can I say? Like, if you take it to the most extreme case, like, there's a lot of people who probably fear living more than dying. Like what I'm trying to say. And so I don't 100% agree with him. I can understand what he's trying to say, but that is not always true. There's a lot of people who are like in a dark place or whatever, who for them living is actually fearful. So yeah, whatever he's saying is partially correct, not 100% correct. But it is true that, yeah, I guess everyone does have some kind of fear, whatever it is. That is true. I can kind of agree with that. But him saying that all living things instinctively avoid death inwards fear, that isn't really true. I don't agree with that. It depends. It depends on people. But yeah, everyone does have a fear. I guess if you think about it, if you go deep into it, even if you say that I don't have any fear, if you really go deep down, I'm pretty sure you'll find something that you fear for, at least. Otherwise, it is impossible. I feel like everyone should have at least one thing that they fear, whatever it is. Not all the times death or something like that, but maybe something different. So yeah, that's why I partially agree with him. I don't 100% agree with him, but I can understand what he's trying to say. Anyways, And he talks about all that stuff. He's like, oh, like everyone tries to avoid fear, and like, like which ultimately ties down to death and everything. As long as you're alive, fear will always have an effect. Blah blah blah. Like just. And Rukia's like, oh, that is why fear doesn't work on me. And she explains that she isn't alive now. Now I genuinely don't understand. Like she explains her power. However, I still don't understand how is she moving then. I don't think she explains that part. She explains what is happening to her body, but she doesn't explain how is she doing all of this then. Alright, let me read this whole part. Maybe I missed it. Okay. It turns out that Soden no Shirayuki was not a sword that emits freezing air from its tip. Soden no Shirayuki is a Zanpakuto that lowers the body temperature of the possessor to a below freezing point, and that it comes into contact with freezes over. The blade is nothing more than an arm to extend the range of its freezing. Right, so it actually works on her body temperature. It's not that the sword like freezing ray comes out of the sword. Sword is just to increase the range. So notice, like if you lower your body temperature below freezing, your body function will cease to function. Here we go. No way you can stay alive. That is right. I am currently dead. By controlling my reishi, I've gained the ability to temporarily kill my body. Temporarily kill my body. Okay. Molecular movement within my body has ceased. Even the fear that has seeped into me has lost effect the moment it's touched my body. That is absurd. Okay, she doesn't explain. Like, okay, I understand what she's saying. She's saying that she's using the reishi to temporarily kill her body. Every molecular movement, every thing that is happening in the body, I'm guessing her heartbeat and everything is stopped. Nothing is going on. I understand that part. I can also understand that, yeah, maybe temporarily it is possible to kill your body, and then if you bring it back up, like, up again, everything will be fine. Because a lot of these times this happens, like human beings, their hearts stop beating for a temporary moment of time. But if you do heart massage or use the electric like that massager thing, and if you're able to bring it back like pumping again, you can save a life. That happens. I can understand that. What I don't understand is that she says that her body, molecular movements and everything has stopped. How is she moving then? How is she moving and how is she attacking? That is the part I don't understand. If her body is dead, how is she controlling it? Through reishi? Is that how? Maybe that's how. This is the part I don't understand. I understand everything else, However, how is she moving his body if it's dead? Yeah, if your body is dead, you can bring it back alive a few moments later. That is possible, like I said. However, while she is dead, how is she moving around and attacking the enemy? How is that possible? So yeah, I think it's probably through reishi. She's probably controlling her movements and everything through reishi or something like that, I'm guessing. I'm not 100% sure, but that's the only explanation I think. So she says like, okay, negative 18 degrees Celsius, and she's like, the blood doesn't come out, like that's why his hand like is like cut, but it's nothing is happening. And then minus 50, and water is going to freeze and it's going to cause an ice quake. Minus, and then finally negative 273.15 degrees Celsius. That is the absolute zero temperature. Yeah, under that, it doesn't go. And she says that I'm only able to function at this temperature for 4 seconds. So she has to do this quickly. So she quickly goes in, tries to come towards her and attack her, but she just freezes him instantly. And then after doing that, like she said, 4 seconds only, so she immediately starts increasing the temperature. And she's increasing it little by little, and she's like, I still need more practice. So you can see her hand is like, getting frostbitten, blood is coming out, it's like getting cut. And there you go. So that was that. However, you see, Not is still not dead. He's like, oh, you call this fear? This ain't fear. And then we get to see his backstory. He was in a hospital, And okay, this part I got a big shock. I wasn't expecting his voice actor to be actually Kirito's voice actor, Like, and then I was like, wow, that is some. I didn't actually, I didn't recognize him when Nod was talking up until now. I really didn't recognize him. Here, when we get to see him talk in the back, in the recollection, I was like, oh yeah, it is Kirito's voice actor. Because usually, whenever there's like a familiar voice actor that comes up, I usually recognize them instantly. This impressed me really, because that means that the Nod's voice acting was actually so different than his original voice. That is this voice. That's crazy. Right. So you can see that Nod was in this hospital, and he's like, and I wonder if heaven is a place where it's easy to breathe. And you can see that he's literally, his life is just like I said, his life is like, yeah, like living is actually pain for him. This was just what I was saying a few moments ago. There's a lot of people whose living itself is actually fearful than dying. They don't want to die. And he's like, oh, I wonder if hell is even a more agonizing place than this. I don't want that. I don't want to suffer anymore. If it is, I'm scared. And then Yahaba comes in and he's like, yeah, I'll save you. Like, come with me. Come with me, child. I shall bestow you the power. And then you can see North is like, this is not fear at all. My fear is disappointing and being rebuked by His Majesty. And he goes through a crazy transformation. He actually looks like a hollow. Start that for us. So Rukia tries to attack him. Yeah, Rukia tries to attack him, but he's not. He's just dodging everything. And then he's like, oh, like, you won't be able to attack me because you're getting cold feet. And she's like, what? How? Like, and I said that my body is dead. And he's like, yeah, your body is dead, but your nerves are still active. Oh yeah, I literally answered my own question. There you go. A few moments ago I was saying, like, how is she moving if she's dead? Oh yeah, her nerves are active. There you go. All right, I got my answer. He himself answers the question. Okay, so I understand now. Like, the one thing that I was not understanding is that I can understand her body being temporarily dead and bringing it back to normal temperature. She can again be alive. But what I was not understanding is that if she's dead, how is she moving? There you go. Her nerves are still working. So only through electric impulses she was probably moving. Her body, like, everything was dead, but her nerves were working. Something like that, I guess. Alright, so he says that your nerves are working. So Tadafros instills fear in you through your optic nerves. Yeah. There you go. And then instantly, as soon as he says that, Rukia gets teleported, or in her head, obviously, into this place where there's multiple eyeballs, and he's like, everywhere you look, you'll see my eyes. You cannot close your eyes. You cannot do anything. Yeah. And he says that fond memories may last a long time in your heart, but bad memories, they'll remain forever. And he again sees the same thing that Byakuya saw before. Byakuya saw Rukia's death, in his head, while he's seeing his brother Ichigo, Orihime, all her friends' death. So and then again those those insects start crawling on her like it did to Byakuya, and she's going full on like crazy. However, Byakuya comes in and cuts off that that place with his Senbon Sakura, and and Not is like, oh, you're here finally, about time, and he's like, come on, let's fight. And Byakuya starts talking to Rukia, and Byakuya's like, right. And when he tries to attack Byakuya using his Senbon Sakura completely destroys everything, because his power is very suited for this situation, And he's like, oh, I really wish I could have kept that Bankai. And Byakuya's like, Bankai? Look carefully, this is my Shikai, this ain't my Bankai. Yeah, you've used my Bankai before, so you should be able to tell this is Shikai. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think I myself made this mistake before, but this is his Shikai. His Bankai is the other thing, where there's like a lot of blade that comes up, and then they become like cherry petals and they start kind of attacking you. That is his Bankai, isn't it? Yeah, this is his Shikai. This is just his Shikai. He hasn't used his Bankai. This is just normal Senbon Sakura. I'm confused as to why North is confused. Didn't he have his Bankai? Why is he confused? Because I myself even knew that this isn't his Bankai. Or, yeah, how is he confused? Like, like we've seen Byakuya's Bankai before. His Bankai, him only like making his sword into cherry petals isn't Bankai. It's Shikai. His Bankai is the one where the swords come in and they turn into cherry petals and they start like attacking you and just completely. I think that's his Bankai. Senbonzaku Kageyoshi, I think. Yeah. So I don't know why North is confused here. I literally have no idea because this was, but I guess he got his Bankai for a few moments. That's probably why he's confused. He didn't know. Okay. And he says like, thanks for getting your Bankai stolen from me. I was able to rediscover the true essence of Senbon Sakura. Okay. He says that bonds are like a pointillist painting. One must take a step back to see its true form. I had forgotten that. Okay, wait. So he says that but I don't know. Like, he says that he was able to rediscover his power. What did he rediscover? Like I said, I feel like this was common knowledge, wasn't it? That his Shikai is actually, or maybe I'm making a mistake. Maybe I am understood wrong up until now. Like, because I thought, at least up until now, that his Shikai was, as he said, this, where he only makes it into petals. While his Bankai is the other one, where the swords come in and it turns into petals and it attacks. So, I don't know what he's, like he says he was able to rediscover the true essence of Senbon Sakura. I don't know what he means by that. But okay, anyways, let me know if maybe I'm getting confused about something. Like I said, because I thought that this was common knowledge up until now. Because Renji's situation, I can understand. Renji actually found out what his real Bankai and his true Shikai is, like the whole thing. Rukia as well, she understood how, her Sozeno Shiriaki isn't really like from the sword, it comes out from the body. Like, I can understand them saying like, oh, we rediscovered our Shikai. What did he rediscover about his Shikai? Because he's using the same thing that he did before. There isn't any kind of upgrade I'm seeing. Like, as I said, like Rukia was able to understand, so she can properly use her Shikai now, where she completely lowers the temperature, that whole thing. Something like that. I don't think anything like that happened with Byakuya, so what rediscovery is he talking? Or maybe we'll get to know that in the future. Anyways, let's just move on. I'm sure I'll get my answer eventually. Either way, Not is pissed off. Not is like, oh, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to keep you alive, and I'm going to put you in fear, and you're going to suffer this and that. Like, and I'm not going to kill you, and just blabbering away. And Byakuya just ignores him, and he's like, oh, Rukia, I was able to sense your spiritual pressure even as I was down here. And he's like, good job. Like, you have gotten stronger for the first time. Yeah. Obviously, Rukia's like, what? Is this the same big brother? Yeah. Brother just said that. Right. So after that, he says that fear is not born in vacuum. It feeds off insecurity in one's heart. Yep. And he says, do you still have any fears, Rukia? Yeah. So obviously this was one of her, I guess you could say, insecurities. And now that Byakuya said that you've done well and you have, gotten stronger, one of her insecurities just, deleted itself immediately. So that is why she's like, you know what? No. Like, I've been acknowledged by you, the person who I wanted to acknowledge up until now. I have no fears. And she's like, no fears. Right. And then the battle begins again. And Nord is like, come on, fight me. And Byakuya's like, I'm not the player here. She's going to fight you. I'm not the one who will be putting an end to this. And Nord is like, what? Like, I've had enough of your mockery. Come, fight me. Right. So Byakuya says, if there is no fear in your heart, what are you seeing over there? It is his own fright. Yeah. and she uses her Bankai and Hakka no Togame. And yeah, she just freezes everything like a hailstorm or whatever that was. And yeah, like, so wait, so I'm guessing her Bankai is just like a powerful version of her Shikai? Like what she said, like her Shikai in itself was like reducing the temperature, body temperature. So she does the same here, but like it goes throughout like a huge distance and she herself gets frozen completely. While all this is happening, we see Not is again getting a little bit of a dream, and he's like, oh, am I going to die? You know, and he's like, I'm sorry, your majesty, please don't be angry with me, I'm scared. And his, the agony, the pain, yeah, it scares me, and it gets destroyed. And obviously, since he died over here, obviously Yahabaha won't need to or Hashwas won't need to execute him. He'll get automatically, like, I'm guessing, just absorbed by his majesty. Like the same thing happened with Maskadi Masculine as well. He died fighting, so his essence got absorbed automatically. Unlike those two, Iron and the other guy who didn't die, that's why they killed them, you know, in the judgment chamber or whatever. So it's like that. Oh, Bambietta, I think that was her name. She as well. I think those other girls killed her, didn't they? She was screaming in the end. I think that's what happened. So I'm guessing Bambietta also got absorbed then after that. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so here this is the end of Not, like, you know, he gets frozen and gets destroyed, falls down, and you can see Rukia completely frozen, you know, and just like that. And Byakuya comes and grabs her hand to kind of, I guess, probably, like, she was going to break or something, you know, her hand, and to, like, you know, kind of transfers his body temperature a little bit to her, kind of lowering her, increasing her body temperature. And by grabbing her hand, she didn't break. And he's like, oh, undo it slowly, Rukia. Yeah, and little by little, she, like, you know, lowers, or no, not lowers, but increases the temperature. Yeah, and he's like, it's a magnificent Bankai, but you need more training. Like, don't recklessly use it. If you do it, you're gonna die. It's a difficult Bankai. Handle it with caution. And you can see that, you know, Rukia's hand, like, when Byakuya grabbed her hand, she was actually going to break. Her hand was going to break into pieces. And since he grabbed her hand, it didn't break. And you can see there's, like, actually lines, like a broken, red lines. Like, obviously it's blood, you can see now. However, it seems like it was going to get broken from there. So if Byakuya didn't grab her hand probably would have just broken down completely. And probably that would, like, make her whole body shatter by the end of it. So yeah, that's what would have happened. And he says, like, know that there is nothing that can be saved by a sword swung in exchange to one's life. I feel like I've heard this quote somewhere before. I cannot recall where. It is a very familiar quote. It's probably definitely from Bleach, but who said that? Was it Ichigo or was it Byakuya himself? I don't remember. But this quote I remember. This is this quote. Byakuya's like, let's go, Rukia, let us protect Soul Society. And Rukia's like, yes, let's go. And while all of this is happening over there, Isane and Yachiru, I forgot her name for a second there. Both of them are there, you know, like Yachiru is helping Isane. And then in comes this old man. Suddenly, I love how the first thing Yachiru does is, like, punches him. And then she's like, wait, who did I punch? I forgot. So his power, as he says in the end, my presence will disappear from your eye, in front of your eyes, from your sight and mind. So that is why I said, like, this is a problematic ability, because I'm guessing his ability has something to do with completely forgetting that he existed. So you're going to fight him, and then you'll suddenly be like, what was I doing? Why am I flailing my hands? That's literally going to happen, if what I think is actually what's happening. Also, seeing Yachiru, I feel like we're going to get more of Kenpachi. I'm really excited for that. Because there's a lot of things I'm thinking, you know. There's a lot of things, like, and that's kind of in my head. I'm trying to figure out what it is. But unless and until they tell us, I feel like there's a big reveal waiting to happen. First of all, why is Unohana's name Yachiru? Unohana's like actual name, what was her actual name? I forgot. Unohana Yachiru was there. Why is that? Number one. Number two, I feel like Kenpachi's Bankai has something to do with Yachiru. You know, I don't know what it is exactly, but it definitely has something to do with her. I think so. And like there was like a little hint they dropped that, like, you know, like when Kenpachi was defeated, not Kenpachi, sorry, Zaraki. Calling him Kenpachi is kind of, you know, like confusing because Unohana was also a Kenpachi. Zaraki defeating Unohana, then they kind of showed something like he, like, you know, he was able to understand something about his sword. So all these things are like, there's a lot of things, that a lot of mysteries that are still there. So I feel like we're probably going to get more of Kenpachi here. I'm really excited for that. I don't know what we're going to get revealed of, but I'm really excited. There's some kind of mystery going on. I'm very excited to figure that out and to see what it is. So anyways, so that is it, and that is my reaction to episode number 6 of Bleach 1000 Years Blood War The Separation. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week with another episode of Bleach. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.